Mr. Chair, we had only 19.04 million metric tons yield in 2024. Tama po ba yun? 2024 po ang production natin is 19.04 million metric tons.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And easily that will be 382 million bags of palay. Tama po.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Pag kinonvert po natin sa bigas, multiply by let's say 0.63%, meron po tayong 240 million bags ng bigas. Tama po?
Found that, sir.
Ngayon po, kung ang Pilipino, palagi nating sinasabi, kumakain po ang consumption po ng Pilipino, 1.4 bags ng bigas sa loob po ng isang taon. Kahit na i-multiply pa po natin dun sa optimistic population data ng PSA na 119 million Filipinos na po tayo, that will only mean 166 million bags. Ibig sabihin po niyan, meron pa tayong surplus na 74 million bags. Kahit na po ina-assume natin, pati po yung mga sanggol ay kumakain na ng bigas. O sinaing na bigas. Paano po natin kukwentahin ito, Mr. Chair?
I believe we also have representatives from the PSA if they wish to respond to the question raised by Senator Marcoleta.
Ang ginamit ko po kasi, Mr. Chair, 119 million Filipinos today. Kaya kung aalisin po natin yung bilang ng mga sanggol na hindi pa naman kumakain ng bigas, dahil ang kinakain naman nila ay sabaw ng bigas, alisin pa natin yung kumakain lang ng kasaba, alisin natin yung kumakain pa ng saging na sabalang, at saka mais. Easily, baka 115 lang million ang gagamitin natin. Sa makatwid, ginamit ko na, Mr. Chair, yung 119 million. So 166 million bags lamang po yun. Ngayon, yung iba pa naman ginagamit natin na binhi at saka iba't iba pong mga ibang bagay na produkto na galing sa bigas. Ngunit yung 74 million na surplus, malaki pa rin po yun. Kaya hindi ko po malaman bakit tayo po ay nag-import pa ng bigas, Mr. Chair.
Can we have that clarification, please? Pakisagot. I also think you did not include yung losses ng palay in the process of prior to it being milled, etc. So may mga deductions yan, including yung sinabi ni Senator Marcoleta na hinihiwalay yung binhi dun sa mga na-produce na metro tonelada. Meron ding number yan . The NFA used to have all this data available, hindi ba? Is it still available? Yeah. Nung panahon ko kasi, NFA had the breakdown of all of this and it was easy, well, at least during our time, we were able to easily justify and identify exactly how much we needed to import. When we combined yung production ng yung households, NFA, buffer, private sector, etc. No? So pwede ba ipaliwanag? Dahil kung hindi nyo may papaliwanag, bakit tayo issue ng sanitary and phytosanitary permit na sabihin natin unlimited importation
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Kasi yung per capita consumption galing din po sa PSA yun . Kung talagang tayo po ay nagtitiwala sa mga statistics ng PSA, edi gamitin na natin yun. Ang sabi nila, 1.4 bags ng bigas ang national consumption per year. Yun ang per capita. So ginagamit na po natin yung 119 million. Galing din sa PSA yan. So kung aalisin po natin, i-discount natin yung hindi kumakain ng bigas, kumakain lang ng saging na saba, kasaba, mais, at saka yung mga sanggol na hindi pa po kumakain ng bigas. At saka po yung mga magagandang binibini na hindi kumakain ng bigas dahil yung figure nila ang kanilang pinagsisikapang ayusin. So 115 million lang siguro is a very realistic. O lalong lalaki po yung ano natin, yung surplus natin. Policy na po natin ang mga binhi at iba't iba pang pangangailangan ng bigas na hindi po talaga dapat na nandun sa consumption. Palagay ko naman po yung 74 million na surplus, napakalaki nito eh. Kaya nang tinatanong po natin, bakit tayo import ng import? Tayo na po ang pinakamataas na importer na bansa sa ngayon. Agricultural country po tayo.
Okay, Secretary Kiko Laurel, you have the floor.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Medyo na ano ko doon sa figures kasi kung yung 1.4 bags per person per capita na sinasabi is only 70 kilos per person per year, which is sobrang liit sa ano na.
Yun po ang sinasabi ng PSA,
ang
sir.
PSA data namin, sir, Mr. Chair, is actually 122 kilos per person per year. Ang minimum, pero tingin ko mababa pa nga yung estimate na yun eh. So sa kung 144, kung 122 yan, lalabas kami ng about 14 million tons eh. Ang consumption lang na, ang production natin is 13 million or less than 13 million sa ngayon eh. So talagang may deficit pa talaga. Kung yun ang babasehan namin na data, kaya we just want to check kung yung 1.4 ng PSA hahanapin ho namin yun, Mr.
Well,
Chair.
the Assistant National Statistician is here. Can you please clarify because kayo ang tinatanungan ng info, no? Go ahead. Ms. Laksa.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. First of all, I would like to correct the population data. The population data as of July 1, 2024 is 112,729,448. So that's the updated population count. And then as for the per capita consumption, the Philippine Statistics Authority don't actually have a latest per capita consumption data. We are using the per capita consumption of FAO.
What is our
and
official
FNRI.
population?
112,729,448.
112 million.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Secretary Kiko, lalo tayong lalaki ang surplus. 112 million lang pala. Yung ginagamit ko, 119. So kahit nagamitin natin yung 122 kilos, talagang sobra po tayo. Kung 112 million lang pala tayo, kwentahin po natin, napakadali. We will have a surplus, not deficit. We will not have to import.
Let's just finish with Ms. Laksa, yung per capita consumption. Why don't you have a local per capita consumption and you only have FAO data?
Mr. Chair, aside from FAO, the FNRI is also doing the survey to compute the per capita consumption. They are having the latest data right now.
Okay, so what
The
is your
latest that we have is 2015 pa po.
Okay, whatever you have, what is 2015 data?
I am just getting the data, Mr. Chair.
With the understanding that FNRI will have the latest data by when, would you know?
As far as I know, 2022, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, nga,
2022 or 2023.
But when will they come out with it? Are you in contact with them?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's already available, the 2023 data.
Oh, where is it?
I'll get it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, while you're trying to please get that data, no, we need that data in terms of per capita consumption and the latest one. And in the meantime, yes, ASEC Arnel de Mesa, please note, maliwanag yung tanong ni Senator Marcoleta. Kailangan maliwanag din yung sagot kasi
Yes po.
hindi tayo matatapos dito kung iba-iba yung figura, iba-iba yung nakikipagdebate tayo sa isa't isa dito dahil hindi natin alam. Ano ba talaga ang datos? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sa ngayon po, with the given population of 112 million Filipinos consuming about 122 kilos of rice per capita per year or 2.44 bags at 50 kilos per bag, that is about 273 million kilos of rice every year. Ang production po natin 2023 was 20 million. Ngayon po, in-expect natin 20.5. Rice po yun. Ang equivalent po nun at 65%, palay po, at 65% efficiency, that's about 13 million metric tons of rice. That is equivalent to 260 million bags. So ibig sabihin po, kung assuming lahat ng rice ay gagamitin na pagkain, short na po tayo ng 13 million bags. Pero hindi po lahat ng rice na napuproduce natin ay nagiging pagkain. Meron po tayong post-harvest losses ngayon, standing about 17%.
17% ang post-harvest losses.
Yes po.
So where do you compute the losses? 17% of what? 20 million metric tons or 13 million metric tons?
13 million po sa rice, 20 million for palay.
I know, but the 17% is for which? For palay or
for
for
palay,
rice?
for palay, for palay.
So 17% of 20 million,
yes po, Mr.
which
Chair.
means what? 3.4 million.
3.4 million plus.
So 3.4 million metric tons ang nawawala. Tama ng palay.
Yes po, plus.
So 20 million less 3.4 million is how much? 16.6 million. So 16.6 million metric tons of palay ang production mo at 65% will give you less than 13 million metric tons of rice. Right?
Yes po.
So what is that? What is the 16.6 million metric tons of palay times 0.65? Yan yung rice production mo. So your rice production based on your computation will be for 2024
24, Mr. Chair,
is 10.5 million metric tons of rice. Tama? Tama? Around. Okay. So ano ang consumption mo?
our consumption po ay 122. That's about
In metric tons, in metric tons.
13 million metric tons.
So 13 million. So ang deficit mo based on your computation is 2.5 million metric tons. Tama ang deficit. So 13.6. So ang mangyayari kung 13.6, 10.5, 13.6 less 10.5, you have 3.1 million metric tons ang insufficiency. Okay? Is that clear?
Mr. Chair, assuming na
Yes.
122 per kilo per capita tayo. So we'll wait for PSA's ano lang.
Yes. Now, PSA, do you have the data so that we can complete the computation?
Still getting it, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Sorry, with the permission of Senator Marcoleta, you have the floor. Go ahead. So sum up nyo nga ulit. With the permission of Senator Marcoleta, please sum up what our exchange, because you confirmed all of it. So please present it again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Umpisa mo sa palay, tapos pababa ng pababa. Okay? Consumption, wastage, etc. para makuha natin yung figura. And before you proceed pala, I don't think NFA should have should not be able to determine yung supply ng bigas sa on a given notice, no? Kasi kayo ang nagba-buffer stock eh. Anong basis ninyo ng amounts of buffer stocking kung hindi nyo alam yung kabuuan? Di ba? Kasi dati, panahon natin, with the information of Senator Marcoleta, I'm sorry, NFA knew at exactly one point what is the supply of rice in the market, what is the deficit, because we would determine what would be the rice that is to be imported. Alam namin yan. Now, you're doing buffer stocking. Just because you lost some of your powers because of the RTF, that does not mean you should no longer be able to determine the amount of rice available in the market, in the local rice production, etc. Because you're the one that determines buffer stocking. How can you say this is the buffer stocking requirement if you don't know what exactly is the amount of rice available, hindi ba, locally? But anyway, sorry, I yield the floor again to Senator Marcoleta.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretary, di ba yung average yield natin per hectare is 4 tons per hectare? So kung yun ay achievable, that will be easily 24.6. Kung ang ano natin, hectareage natin is about 6. Pero sabi niya kanina 4 hectares na, ay 4 million hectares na naman, easily makakapag-produce tayo ng ng 24 million 24 million. Diba? So I will be more interested in the support services na sinasabi ninyo. This is the only way na talagang mapa-increase natin ang productivity. Ideally, dapat 5 tons per hectare para hindi lang subsistence farming tayo, Mr. Secretary. Kasi sa 4 tons average per hectare at ang farm gate price is between let's say 15 to 16 pesos per kilo of palay. Talagang the farmer will remain para hirap na hirap eh. Ito po ang average income ng farmer according to your own presentation, 354 pesos 68 centavos per day. This is the average income, but this is not a livable income, Mr. Secretary, I think so. I think the livable income is about 1,200 pesos according to the PSA. So baka hindi lamang 27% ang inyong poverty incidence rate. But assuming that it is, more than 567,000 farmers are impoverized today. Kaya po malaki po ang problema natin. And considering, sabi po niyo sa presentation ninyo, ang contribution ng agriculture to the GDP is 8%. Tama po. If we are an agricultural country and we're contributing 8% to our GDP, we are impoverized. Kasi kung agriculture, dapat 80% ang contribution natin, hindi 8%. Would you agree?
Mr. Chair, tingin ko 80 medyo malaki yun, Mr. Chair.
O sige, palagay mo, bawasan mo ng konti, Mr. Secretary. Pero dapat hindi 8%, tama. So, yun pong soil, meron po ako nakita, Mr. Secretary, na budget nyo sa soil, health soil restoration. Importante po kasi yun. Nakikita ko po yung sa kaka-fertilize natin ng chemical fertilizer, yung ating lupa po nalalason eh. Nakita ko po yung isang cooperative na gumagala dito sa Central Luzon. Tama po yung approach niya. Kinukuha nila yung mga waste sa mga ating mga growers. Nagagawan po nila ng paraan at nakita ko po na nare-restore nila yung health ng ating sakahan. And there is a tremendous yield. Parang napapataas pa nila ng halos 10 to 15% ang production. Naku-cure pa nila yung lupa. I think you should give a little attention to soil restoration. Nakita ko po kung tama yung 2026 estimate. There's a 1 billion budget for that, Mr. Secretary. I think we should also look into that. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta. We now proceed with the National Corn Program. Can we limit our presentation to 5 minutes? and focus on the highlights so that we have more time for the questions. Please proceed.